Hello everybody, this is going to be a pre-recorded video. My editor is out at the moment, so I'm gonna just have to wing this one. This is Asame What Ifs. I'm Duel, the writer. Asame is the editor, but I think he's out with family. So this is what he'll look like. Do not mind the people on his head. But this is going to be Deku's final form Jaguar state. So yeah. I have pre-recorded it with a sound app I have, so yeah. BRB, I guess? Okay, we're at the play screen. So we're gonna start from scratch. What do you mean, exiled Beast? Hello everyone, I am Duel of the ASMA channel. You are probably wondering, what do you mean exiled Beast? Well, this is going to be a crossover between the TV series on Netflix, Kipo, Naruto, slightly Naruto, it's a lot less Naruto. We use Naruto as a backup for where the story starts. But other than that, it's mainly a Kipo / My Hero Academia crossover. And now we will start the video. In the battle against Madara, after Minato was killed, the extra energy from the Nine Tails was siphoned off into a new Three Tails. After the battle, the Tailed Beast, they felt the power similar to theirs, and cursed it, because they felt it was much too similar to theirs, especially the Three Tails, due to the fact that it is a new Three Tails. They cursed the power, and captured it once finding it. The one who found it was Kurama, the Nine Tails. Feeling the power of the beast, it was overwhelming. It was a Three Tails, but the aura itself was stronger than a Nine Tails, maybe even equal to the 10 Tails. But it was calm. Not knowing this, Kurama sealed it for 3 months as the other Biju assembled. After being prepped, those 3 months, she was ready for transport. After all the tailed beasts assembled, they joined their power into a giant Biju bomb and cast it into another universe. And so, the Biju bomb came crashing down on Earth, killing all life. The Biju then went into a hibernation state, where it was pretty much a chakra sponge for the Earth, sucking up all the chakra, to where there was none left for casting jutsus. And after 69 million years of that, you see what I did there? 69. You go right there. And yes, I know tailed beasts don't live that long, but she did absorb the planet's chakra and gain immortality. But then, suddenly, her soul itself was merged with young boys named Izuku Midoriya. Now, we transfer over into Izuku's mindscape. Hello, I'm Kipo, said the young girl, who appeared to be around 3. Midoriya being scared, not knowing who he was, and just being sucked away from the playground. He starts to cry and scream, "I want my mom, Kipo," because she did tell him her name. Being the same age as Midoriya, in the mindscape at least, she goes over Midoriya, giving him a hug and saying, "It'll be alright," and she will help him. Midoriya stops crying and tells Kipo his name is Izuku. So she sends Midoriya back to his universe. Sorry, not his universe, sends Midoriya back to the real world. But before she does, she tells him that whenever she wants to see her, whenever he wants to see her, he can always just say her name. Time skip. 3 months later, Midoriya has been seeing Kipo fairly often. They've become pretty much best friends now. But Kipo tells Midoriya that she can't stay forever, unless Midoriya makes a contract with her. Midoriya is desperate and asks what are the conditions of the contract. Well, you'll need to give up your quirk gene, but you would gain my abilities. It won't happen right away. Oh, and I'd be getting your quirk gene, so I guess I'd have your quirk. she will have a body. A real one, okay? How do I accept the contract, Kipo? Kipo then floats off and says, you already have. The next morning, Midoriya is going out to play with, see if Baku goes to the playground so he can play with him. Then, as soon as he walks out of his house, he sees a purple-skinned girl and starts running up to her. As she turns around, he says, Kipo, Midoriya, she screams. And then they have a huge hug, and they've been best friends ever since. But one day, Kipo read the initials on Midoriya's toy once, and said Deku by accident. He didn't mind, and the nickname just kind of stuck. And from that day on, everyone just called him Deku. And one day, Baku was making fun of Kipo, as Deku was defending her. They started getting violent, as his eyes slit. He stayed by Kipo's side for 3 hours, and anyone who tried to touch her, he threw a scratch their way, in his fit of rage. He was there for 3 hours, like I said, not moving an inch. You know how the eyes go slit when Naruto goes in sage mode? Pretty much that. But once Bakugo and his goons leave, Deku begins to calm down and think rationally. To him, it didn't really feel like a beast state. It felt like he wasn't even there. But then they decided to walk home. But this was Deku's first awakening of his powers. The next day, Kipo's family took her to the quirk doctor to see if she had her ability. Deku's power had already been awakened, but Kipo's has not. Turns out her quirk was the manipulation of plant life, water, and earth, and a small bit of healing. She can probably heal a broken leg at most, but then she wouldn't be able to heal very much for a while. Time skip. It's the end of middle school, and Deku, and Kipo are asking each other which school they apply to. But they're fairly certain they know which ones each other did. UA Hero School, where all pro heroes go if they want to make a name for themselves. It was a must if you wanted to be one of the best heroes of your time. And then, it was even the school where All Might himself, the greatest hero ever known, went to school. Their conversations cut short as Deku's teacher starts asking what everyone wants to be when they get out of high school. But he throws his papers in the air and says, I'm just kidding, I know you all want to be heroes. But he sees one of the papers and says, 3 of you even applied for UA, the most prestigious hero school of all. Bakugo hears this and gets really fucking mad. And if he was thinking to himself, I'm the best of the best, nobody in here has the skills to compare to me. This is all in his head, and the more he thinks about it, the more mad he gets. And then the teacher comes out and says, it seems like Bakugo, Katsuki, Midoriya Izuku, and Kipo Takanashi are all applying to UA. Hearing this, he gets even madder as he storms over to Kipo's chair and starts yelling at both Midoriya and Kipo since they were very close when talking. Bakugo is very mad by this. He starts calling Kipo and Deku losers, outcasts, nobody, and saying that nobody would ever take you under their wing as a sidekick, nor an apprentice. Not even if you were the lowest of the low, or the highest of the high. Nobody would ever want to be your teammate, sidekick, or even your apprentice. Deku begins to talk back and saying, and what, you're better, Mr. Explosion Boy? I start spouting out nonsense about Kipo and telling them just to drop out and they have no chance of getting to the same school as him. I'm the best, he says, and throws Deku's notebook out the window. Kipo, being mad by all this nonsense he was spouting, she shoots an earth pillar from outside of the classroom, fires the notebook back in the classroom, hitting Bakugo in the head. Pissing Bakugo off so much, he punches Deku in the nose, getting him detention on the last day of high school. Sorry, not high school, middle school. And that was the video, everyone. that will be episode 1. Not every other day. Every Friday we will release another episode of What If Deku had an Exiled Town Beast / Kiba crossover. Well, we are Asame of the Asame What Ifs. I am Duel. Me and Asame should be switching out who's talking each What If. So, I will be talking this episode. You'll probably hear Asame's voice in the next one. So, peace out, everybody, and keep it real. Sorry for the background noise, everybody. That was the pre-recorded message. And if we are late on What If, we will try our hardest to do a double upload. And chances are you'll hear Asame's voice next round. Again, sorry, and sorry we couldn't fit the intro into this one. Peace out, everybody, and goodbye. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You're probably wondering why the part 0 was included in the part 1. Well, I was kind of feeling a little bit jittery about it and said to myself, I want to get this finished up. The part 0, I'm going to count as a preview, everyone. So, yep, keep it real, my demons, and goodbye.